This is the rest of this one of many downtown scenes. Let me take a moment to show it to you. Do some zoom ins. So we have an Art Deco-ish style with a square as the dominant shape. As with other alien planets or settings, we didn't want to go with architecture, vehicles, and everything else too alien looking, but rather have something more familiar or Earth-like. As with the first setting on Earth, the background scenes here would be equally paid attention to. This current background is just a test. We can imagine vehicles passing by in the distance, utopians, all kinds of activity within the buildings themselves, etc. This is how this foreground scene could look like when populated. Here are Sam and Obi on their way to the subway station. As stated in this setting's summary, Sam and Obi would blend in here as tourists and thus be spared of having to run away from the guards, like in the previous Utopia. Speaking of tourists, they would be, the groups of those would be scattered all over the city. Here is one such group. Utopians from other utopias with their guide in groups of 4 or 5. There would also be lone tourists without the guide, like this guy here. Here is another group. Yet another. So this means that Sam and Obi would have the opportunity to explore this utopia thoroughly and find answers to many of the strange things going on instead of rushing straight toward their main destination, the mini teleport activation location. So there will be several key locations within the city that would provide those answers, sites with the Black Being's very own architecture that utopians both local and foreign are restricted from accessing. For example, one of these sites would contain a hidden and well-guarded desolate building from an earlier time in the Utopia's history, a so-called Museum of Suffering. Every utopia has one specific to its planet. Getting inside it wouldn't be easy. There would be various environmental puzzles to solve with the tool. Inside the museum, Sam will discover this planet's original biosphere. Among others, see before and after exhibits for some of the marine, terrestrial and flying predatory animals. Another site, for example, would contain an entirely Black Being's own structure, even better guarded than the museum, thus harder to get inside of. Once in, Sam will discover the methods by which Black Beings run all these utopias and how certain truths are kept secret for all of them, from all utopians, in order for them to remain as happy and for utopias to remain as stable as possible.